welcome to another episode of Bella Therapy Explores. It is quite windy today, so I do apologise, my hair is going like everywhere. But today I am in a really cool location, a lot of spookiness attached to it. So I'm in Clophill in Bedfordshire, and just near me, Clophill is like a little village that I went through, and this is just sort of on the outskirts of the village. And this is an old abandoned church back from the 10th to the 12th century, and then in the 1800s it was also used but then left to be abandoned because it became infamous, but for all the wrong reasons. And not only did it become infamous for the wrong reasons, but it also got ghost stories attached to it, including a murder also, which happened along Dead Man's Hill, which was in a lay-by, which is very close to here, where a guy was murdered. His name was Micheal, and he was murdered by James Hanraty, I think I'm saying that right. Anyway, he was murdered, and so then this potentially came from the downfall of this church because it was very close to here, and the superstition grew about this church being like the devil's place. It also became way too small for the actual inhabitants of the village of Clophill anyway. So then rumour grew that dark magic existed here. It became very superstitious, it became very devil worshipy, sacrificey, that kind of thing. Eating my hair. There's been numerous churches on this site since the 11th or 10th century, sorry. This one that you can see behind me, this is more sort of the 18th century when it got left abandoned. So another myth that surrounds this church is that it was built on top of the plague site where they were buried. Although, having said that, there is no evidence whatsoever to support that, and it is literally just a myth. Like, no one's found any bones or anything for that. But yeah, people used to leave satanic ritual graffiti here, and then bones were found to be arranged in different kind of satanic ritual ways, and then it's just kept its reputation. It is haunted. There is not very much evidence, and you're not actually allowed to come here at night now. They've blocked it off, so you can't come here at night. I had to come here during the day on a very windy day. So I do apologise. Everything kind of died down about this place. The press weren't so interested, they moved on to something else, and then something happened. So back in the midsummer of 1969, the church and the graveyard were attacked again, and this time again they were desecrated. And the significance of the vandalism they thought were by witches. And then the vicar of the new church decided to then keep watch here, and ever since then they have kept watch over here. But back in the olden days, when he decided to keep watch, he actually gave up because nothing was happening, and then literally the night he gave up, of course, they came back and something happened. And every grave again was vandalised. So now this place is still quite significant in terms of for urban explorers and paranormal enthusiasts like myself. And the odd teenager, I'm sure, comes here and has a few pints. But yeah, things now have calmed down, and again the press have kind of left it alone. But that's just a bit about the history of this place, and I have brought my ghost equipment with me, so let's get into it. So like always, I've got my cat balls here. I'm going to put them potentially down in different places. So let's put one over here, and we'll just see. Oh, the other thing I totally forgot to say as well is there is a myth that if you go around church at night and you go around like at midnight and you do anti-clockwise, the devil is supposed to come out. There we go. Because of course it's got links to satanic rituals, so it's supposedly he's supposed to come out. Whether he does or not, I don't know. I'm going to put the other one over here, I think. So I've got my cat balls in different places. A quick EVP session, I think, to start off. I mean, not an EVP session, EMF session with my EMF detector. That's the word I was looking for. So I'm just going to quickly see if I get anything at all. I know. There's graves all over there. And the reason why the graves are all over there, by the way, in like the same place in the undergrowth, is to try and stop the desecration of them. So they moved all the headstones back into sort of the undergrowth. It's an awesome view. Not getting anything on the EMF. I do apologise that it's so windy. I probably won't be able to do an EVP session if it is this windy, just because of the fact that it's so windy, and you probably won't even be able to hear me talk, let alone any spirits. So I'm probably going to give up on that one. Let's go to some of these graves over here. People have said though that they have heard, oh, that view is absolutely beautiful. I mean, I'm sure my camera is not doing this justice, but the view is absolutely beautiful. Wow. Susan Collett, 4th, 1841 to 1920. Levy Matthews, 1919, and Charlotte, 1939. Sophia. Still nothing. Nothing's really fluctuating, or nothing's really doing anything. Yeah, if you do get a chance to come here, it's absolutely beautiful. Elizabeth Ann. It's just an interesting place. So yeah, all of these graves have been moved due to the desecration of them, which is just sad. Which is why they say this place is so haunted. That one looks like a new one. Let's have a look. This looks relatively new. They've still got kind of flowers and stuff in it. Oh, it's not. Oh wow. Just looked relatively new compared to all the rest. Still nothing. Okay, so my EMF detector hasn't gone off at all. Found a gravestone of a guy who was like literally only 22 and died in service, and the school actually put this plaque for him. It's really sad. A really interesting fact: the De Albany family built Canehart Castle, and they governed the whole of Bedfordshire pretty much, and beyond. And their castle was visible from this church because they basically had a priory, and they founded the Beedlow Priory to the east of this church, and it provided priests for basically Clophill for like 300 years, and the first recorded priest was named Robert in 1145. I really go up the tower if you request to go up the tower, and then you have to pay to go up the tower. Did not know that before I came. Should have really checked that out first. This is what it looked like in the 1990s. It's a really terrible picture. 1950s, and then 1980s. That's how bad it got. And then this is what it looks like now. My cat walls haven't moved despite the wind, so that's a good sign. It means they don't move for wind, which I'm pretty pleased about. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, no, that one's still in place. Really would like to go. It needs to go off at one point, at some point. Okay, I'm going to call out to Spirit now. If you can walk towards me, please, and see this device in my hand. Try and touch it for me. If there's any spirits here, I'm calling out to any spirits that would like to talk. Is there any witches here? Don't be afraid of me. I'm not scary, and I'm not here to hurt you. I just want to see if you are here. Just want to see if there's anything you've got to say. Okay, I'll put it down. And I want you to go, I'll go away. I just want you to go up to it. I just thought I would take a walk around the church and see if I could see any satanic graffiti. And I have to say, I don't see anything. Also, the only thing I found is this, which is this cross here. But literally, and that's not satanic. So I'm like, unless, of course, I don't know, unless they've really got rid of it all. Satanic, looking like graffiti, but none of this is satanic. Oh, my thing just went off. My EMF just made a noise. Me. I'm sorry if it scared you, but can you make it beep again? Thank you so much if you did that. Because the wind has actually gone down, so I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to put it near to the EMF detector. So, EVP session in Clophill Church, St. Mary's the Virgin. So if there's any spirits here, I invite you to come forward, please. If you can, I want you to either touch the device, which is the blue one, or you can just speak and say whatever it is that you want to say into the little purple device next to it, and I'll be able to hear you. walk a little bit further away. If you're here, why are you still here? What has kept you here? Are you from Clophill Village? Do you miss your family? How old are you? Just noticed there's one of these on the wall. Do you like it here? The wind is getting up again. Please die down, wind. How do you feel when people come here asking you questions? I'm gonna do a quick dowsing rod session now. I've left my EMF detector is on, and I've left that on, so hopefully it will go off again. It has gone off once, but we'll see if it goes off again. Fingers crossed. My cat balls, I've slightly moved them around by the altar to now over here, because this door here would have led up to two sort of balconies. So there was actually two balconies up there. So I thought maybe I don't know, there's people there that are still there. A balcony up there. And then the boys sat right at the top, and then the balcony just below it would have been the men, and then the women would have been at the bottom here. Well, not all of it would be women, like there would be some men down here too, but it was mainly segregated up there. If there's any spirits here, please can you come forward? Please can you come forward for me and let me know that you're here by making the EMF detector, or that little blue device there, go off. Don't be alarmed by the sound of it. It is quite a loud sound, but it's not there to harm you, I promise. Now, if there is any spirits here at all, then I would like you to cross the rods in front of me, and I don't want to touch the EMF detector. More into view. So if you don't want to touch the EMF detector, I'm giving you a choice. Then cross the rods that are in front of me, if you can. Also guys, if you hear anything that isn't the wind, please do let me know in the comments. If you're a man and you are here still, can you cross the rods or touch the EMF detector and make it go up? Can you make that device? Blue one, can you make it go off? Can you come as close as you can to it for me? All you have to do is literally just do that. Can you do that? Turn off the recording device now, because I can hear there's some sirens and they'll probably be picked up. Play it back and see if I can hear anything.
EVP session.
That was my device.
Setting up the recording device too, because the wind has actually gone down. So I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to put it near to the...
That's all me.
EVP session in Clophill Church, St. Mary's the Virgin. If there's any spirits here, I invite you to come forward, please. If you can, I want you to either touch the device, which is the blue one, or you can just speak. Say whatever it is that you want to say into the little purple device next to it, and I'll be able to hear you.
I can hear that dog.
Further away. If you're here, why are you still here? What has kept you here? Are you from Clophill Village?
That dog.
Do you miss your family? How old are you?
You can hear the wind. Yeah, you can hear a lot of the wind now.
How do you feel when people come here after you have you?
Okay, well, I can't really work anything out from that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go home and I'm going to try to analyze some of that and see if I can hear something. If you guys heard anything, then please do let me know in the comments, as you might have heard something that I missed. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me today at Clophill St. Mary's the Virgin, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. I have to say I didn't get much. I mean, my EMF detector went off a tiny bit, and then the cat balls haven't moved. So I'm not surprised by now. One day, I live in hope they'll move.